How's it going, Gorehounds? Welcome to another fantastic episode of the Gore Podcast. I'm your not so mean Fluff Master Supreme, Big Johnny D, bringing the shit show in. However, I do not bring this shit show in alone. For with me, as always, is my beloved horror homie, because we're running a little light today.
Yes, we are.
I have that killing machine, that beloved meat mountain, Mr. Bobby Amone.
Good evening, motherfuckers. It is a scorching hot Monday afternoon / evening.
It is. Jacob, Joseph, how you guys doing? Unfortunately, our scuba's not going to be with us tonight.
No.
That motherfucker's doing some extra special shit. Can I say what he's doing?
I don't know if we can. I don't know if it's exclusive.
Okay, you know what? Maybe I'll just pay attention to Scoobs. You know Scoobs' life. He posts all his shit. Scoobs and his lady Mel are doing something extra special tonight, so that's why he couldn't make it here. And Chad Daddy is unfortunately he's getting kind of screwed by Mother Nature right now. There's a big old storm on top of him, and his power went down. So fingers crossed we get our Chad Daddy back throughout the episode. But if not, Bob and I are here to cover this shit because yeah, we can definitely do that.
The show must go on, as always.
Gotham, I'm with you there, homie. Like, I don't live in that area, and that's not even really my thing. But what they're doing is fucking cool as shit, and kudos to them, man. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm fully jealous of
I've
Boobs and Mel, bro, for sure.
Also, very, very happy for what they're doing.
Oh yeah, dude.
Like,
I'm sure we'll all get to see in a couple hours, actually, right after this show. And then for anybody who's listening, if you follow Scoops, I'm sure you'll probably figure it out by the time you hear this audio. Yeah. All right. So that being said, today we are discussing 2019's film Ready or Not. Now, this was actually my pick, and I've never seen this before. I'm sad we're a little light. We're a little light today in comparison. We still have our Brody video, so we still at least have a third comparison. But Bob has seen this before. I have not, so at least we're 50-50 split on that. Yeah, I could see the asterisk, Hobie. Like I said, I don't know if I can say what Scuba's doing. I don't think there's anything. I don't think there's like an NDA or anything like that, but maybe he wants to surprise.
But we'll leave it where it's like, let what he's doing come up on social media, and then everybody could see it and go, that would be the better.
All right, so, but we will see Scoobs here for 1 second because I need to bring in variant Scoobs, so at least Bob and I could talk about what the fuck we did last week.
Yes,
so, variant Scoobas, if you could please.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for your
Oh, god damn it, dude. I didn't eat dinner tonight, and now I really fucking want pizza. So
after what I went through last week, and then just in general, I'm eating good and everything, but that piece of pizza, I swear to God, I would buy that full pizza and I'll eat it all.
So, you know what, Bob? I'm just going to throw it to you. What did you do last week? Last weekend or whatever, or this weekend, I should say.
So obviously we had last week's show. Tuesday started off fine, went to the gym in the morning. I get to work. I get to the first job we're doing. You know that feeling when you got to go to the bathroom? You're like, okay, it's going to hit. I got to do it.
The urgency.
Well, it hit. and then it hit, and then it hit, and then it hit, and then it hit. So I got like sick on Tuesday. I thought it was something that'll run through me quickly. Yeah, I was wrong. It turned out to be food poisoning, and I was out of work for two days, technically 2 days, but 3 days collectively of actually feeling like utter hell. And
Damn, bro.
And the only silver lining of it is I lost 3 pounds. I'm like, well, that's one way to do it.
Way to look at the upside, homie. Way to look at the upside.
Oh, I know. But so that was most of my week, and then Friday I went back to work. And then,
so needless to say, you had a shitty week.
Oh, I definitely had a shitty week.
All right.
Not both ends. It is a shitty ass week, that's for sure.
Ugh.
So, but then Friday was back to normal. And I was with my girlfriend all weekend. Friday we just chilled out because we had a wedding things to attend to on Friday night, and then we also had a wedding to attend to Saturday.
Yeah, you guys looked very elegant.
Thank you.
Very good looking couple.
I went and got myself a new suit. I needed it. Now I'm set for a little while. I can change things out as I want to.
Nice.
And she, as if anybody saw the picture on Facebook, she looks beautiful as always. She just, anything she wears, she looks ravishing. Give me a minute here.
Stunning, even. You're good, man. That's fair.
So we enjoyed it. It was for one of her best friends that she's known forever. So she got married, and one of the highlights of this wedding, though. Now me and her big sweet tooths.
Okay.
They had a hallway of all types of desserts, cake, pastries, cannolis, you fucking name it, milkshakes. Ooh. There was an ice cream bar. They had waffles.
Milkshakes and ice cream. What?
Dude, it was, you have no idea. I'm just coming off getting sick, and and my stomach is tiny at this point, but I'm still looking at everything like I'm going to devour this, whether it hurts me or not.
I mean, you had me at cannoli, bro. Honestly.
Oh, they had everything. And then you could get waffles with ice cream, but they also had I guess they were doing like that cherry, like you're frying in the frying dip. Yeah.
Oh,
you put it on top.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
the cherry pie filling, right?
Yeah. Oh, it was so good. Oh my God. I think, that was one of Rebecca, she looks at me and she goes, well, she said this way before the wedding. She said, we're going to have this at our wedding. I'm right. I'm like, this could be our wedding right here.
So I got to ask, did they have a normal dinner?
Yes.
Okay. Was this technically like the wedding favors, or did you guys get favors too?
No, I believe. No, there were favors, but we actually left a little early. We were shot.
Okay. No, that's cool.
It went till 12:30. We left at 12, and because we're like.
So they just had literally a second dinner, but all dessert section, portion of it.
Dude, yes.
That's awesome. That's insane. That's awesome. I'm jealous.
You couldn't get to everything if you wanted to, but I tried to get to everything that I looked at and went, yes.
I wouldn't even have wanted to eat dinner. I'm like, yo, just give me that.
Well, we knew that was coming because it was there's a word for it. So she knew about it, but I didn't know the extent of it. So then when they were setting it up, and all you see is the two of us. It's like in Ghostbusters 2, where all the heads pop out on top of each other.
Everybody's like, "What's going on over there?"
And we're gonna be first in line. It was so
awesome, dude. I've never.
I'll send you a video in the chat, and you'll be like, "Holy shit!"
Because I will say I have experienced an entire candy bar as the wedding favors. You go get a bag and then you fill it up to the top, and they just had like an entire grocery section worth of like candies and shit. Like, yeah, it was cool.
Oh no, that sounds good too.
Yeah, but dude, you had milkshakes and shit, man, and like I would have been having to eat some Lactaid at that fucking point because I know I would have been hurting myself.
The one girl who was sitting at our table, I saw her come back with 2 milkshakes. I didn't realize one of them was for another person, and I'm like, "Yo, this bitch is double fisting." I'm like, "What the fuck?"
That's a lot of milkshake. Jesus Christ, that's awesome, dude. Well, I'm glad your week turned around for you, like 180.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And then Sunday, I came home. Also, happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. And
yeah, happy belated Father's Day.
So my mom and I, we wanted to have ourselves a nice little dinner. So we went and got filet mignon we were going to go to the butcher, but he was closed. So we went to Whole Foods, which actually their meat is probably it's like butcher. Whole Foods is like probably right underneath. So it's actually pretty good. So we did that. I cleaned the grill. We chilled out outside. We had dinner and it was a nice, relaxing Father's Day. I'm not a father yet, but it was a nice, relaxing Father's Day for everybody.
Well, hopefully, I'm sure you had one for the old man. So
absolutely, of course.
Oh yeah, dude, that's all that matters.
And that was it. I got to watch this movie, and that's it. And today is back to the grind. It's fucking hot, but that's enough of that.
It is very warm.
Yes, it is. I need to hear what you did, Johnny.
So, week was pretty much whatever. I don't need to discuss anything because nothing really happened the week. But the weekend was fun. I felt like I was very productive this weekend. I did how do I want to say this? The like straight up per usual old school dad mode. Both days, even though I went to bed early or late from gaming, I still woke up super fucking early, like a couple hours before the rest of the family. Got a bunch of fucking shit done and enjoyed some quiet time. And yeah, man, it was cool. And then I got both days, I spent some solid hours in the pool. Father's Day, I went over to the old man's and got him his own brand new Hawaiian shirt because he complimented one I wore the other day.
I was just saying, I like that you're rocking the Hawaiian shirt.
Well, you know why, dude? It's because my ass got sunburned yesterday pretty bad because I did not lube up. And I was out in the pool pretty long. Like, I don't know if you can see it on thing, dude. But, like, so here's my arm. And then, there's my normal whiteness, bro.
Holy shit.
Yeah, dude, I tan. You know what I mean? But, like, my shoulders aren't as exposed because they're always fresh meat. So they always burn one solid burn in the beginning of summer. And then
they kind of start tanning after that.
They'll be good to go. I'll be darker than Scoobs in no time.
I'm working on it myself.
Scoobs isn't dark by any means. Jesus Christ. But no, it's but yeah, man. So Father's Day, like I said, I went over, chilled out with the old man, and then because I'm also a dad, so he was like, him and I both agreed, like Father's Day is cool and all. But it's a bullshit holiday. Like, we don't care. You know what I mean? Like, at the long end of it, we don't care. Like, just do what you want to do.
Right.
Like, most dads just want to have a relaxing day, right? I would feel like just if you got an old man or whatever, just give him a day without any expectations. That's all that needs to be had. Just one solid day, no expectations, no bullshit. Like, just whatever, chill. Right. That's one of the best like gifts I think you could potentially give. That's at least for me. But no, so we came back, hit the pool up. My sister and brother-in-law came over after they visited my dad, and then we did some grilling. And man, I'm not gonna lie, it was a long fucking day because I did a lot of work out in the lawn that day. And then you know how that goes. And then like 3 solid hours of pool time, plus your homie here was day drinking, so that hits to it a little bit too.
Nice.
Screwdrivers on Saturday, and I was just doing rum and cokes yesterday. But yeah, man, after you ate and stuff, like after we ate and shit, and then cleaned it all up, and I was like, oh fuck, I gotta watch the podcast movie, dude. I'm tired.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that sucks going into a movie like that. So I did me one over, dude, and I took a freezing cold shower.
It woke you right up, right?
Woke my ass right up. Still doesn't mean though I didn't sleep like a baby though, because I did one of those where I don't know about you, but I tussle a lot, right? So my side of the bed's always ripped the fuck up. Not this morning, bro. This morning it was like I just snuck into it. I was like, damn, I must have been out hard.
That's how you know. That's how you know.
Fucking right, dude. But so then I got to watch this movie, which I am totally fucking ready to talk about right now.
Let's do this.
Because this was a super fun fucking movie. At least to me it was. So that being said, man, like I said, this is the first time watching it. You said you have seen this before. You said did you see this in theaters?
I don't know. I did not see this in theaters.
Okay, I apologize. I'm not trying to misspeak. All right. Well, going into it, man, I gotta say, I saw the trailer once when it first came out. It's 5 fucking years ago. My memory's shot. Anybody who listens to the show should know that. So, besides, obviously, with the title, and I knew it was like a weird survival hide and seek game with this rich family that she marries into, right? Which is pretty much the basic premise. That's all I knew. I had no idea we were actually going into like satanic territory with this movie, which I love, dude. I'm glad they did it. I could see where that could probably throw some people off.
But I love that it's touched on, but then it becomes real fast.
And it's touched on like in the best way, because like it's just one little inkling and then you kind of forget about it, but then all of a sudden they bring it up again. And then they'll bring it up another time, and then eventually they just straight up start talking. You're like, all right, now we're in it here. But I think it's like they mention it at first, or you kind of get that weird vibe, right? Maybe that's what it was. Until you see the brother-in-law literally Google searching, is satanic, or like our satanic cults and everything real, and pacts and shit. Which, I mean, dude, this movie was not stupid funny. I don't know how to say this. It was dark funny, if that makes sense.
Well, it's like I said before we started the show. It's that moment where you're in a funeral home, you crack a joke, you shouldn't laugh, but you're gonna laugh because you can't not laugh. It's one of those.
Well, I mean, some of the characters are so stupid. You know what I mean? So that's why I say, like, some of the sister, her husband.
Oh my
dude,
God.
Her husband is some of the stupid, like, just the shit he's doing made me laugh. When it scanned to him on YouTube trying to figure out how to work a crossbow, that fucking sent me, bro. I loved that shit.
But the best part about it though is when he hands it to his wife. Here, honey, just use this. And she's like, how does it work? It's like,
but at the same time, like, he's pointed at the mother-in-law when he's talking to her. You know what I mean? Like, they're all like, those two are stupid.
Well, before we keep talking, I think we got to tell them. I was saying we got to tell them what we're doing. Ready or not, 2000. We got to do the plot rundown.
No, we do. Yeah, we definitely jumped ahead a little bit because I was
did jump ahead a little bit.
But all right. So thank you for hauling us back there, Bob.
I was like, wait,
so
we got to do this.
We did. So we don't have scoops here. I'll just keep going if you want.
Yeah, you do the plot rundown. Go for it.
All right. So obviously, yes, Bob said, ready or not, 2019 plot rundown. Here we go. After an elegant nuptial ceremony at a lavish manor of an uber wealthy Les Damas. Is it Les Damas or Les Domas?
No, I think it's
Les Damas. Okay, Les Damas clan. The gentle groom, Alex Les Damas, informs a blissful young bride, Grace, that the ceremony is far from over yet, and there's still a long night ahead of them, but not in the fun way.
No.
Before long, as part of a macabre, long-standing family tradition, Grace will have to play a seemingly innocent game and hide somewhere within the vast mansion's cavernous halls and labyrinthian corridors until dawn. Now, whether Grace is ready or not, the arm to the teeth. I almost wanted to say Dumas's.
That sounds better.
Right. dumbass. It's Dumas. Are coming for her, and it's going to get ugly. Will the newlywed quarry survive the relentless onslaught of the nasty in-laws from hell? Directed by, I'm going to mess this one up, Matt Bettinelli.
Betty Nelly.
Open, Scream 6, and Abigail. I need to see Abigail. I've heard great things about it.
I've heard good things about it.
And Tyler Gillette, Devil's Due and Scream. Written by Guy Busick, Scream and Scream 6. So wait, is this the whole Scream 6 crew? Don't they have a specific name for like their directing crew?
I think they do, but I don't remember what that name is.
Shit. All right. I bet you'll have it in your show notes or your behind the scenes.
Yeah, probably.
Okay. Going back. Are Christopher Murphy, Stand Against Evil, and Castle Rock. Produced by Trip Vinson, The Exorcist of Emily Rose, and the number 23, James Vanderbilt, Zodiac, and Slenderman, and Williams, Shrek, Darkness Falls, Abigail. Wow, we got a lot of producers. Bradley J. Fisher, Suspiria, and Last Voyage of the Demeter.
I still have to watch that too.
Yeah, I do as well. I need to get on Shudder, man. I am super behind the times on my Shudder.
I have Shudder, but I've just been running around.
For real.
Anyway, starring Samara Weaving, Bill and Ted Face the Music, Snake Eyes as Grace, Adam Brody, Jennifer's Body, Scream 4 as Daniel Ledomas, Mark O'Brien, Arrival, How It Ends as Alex Ledomas, Henry Zerzini. Yeah. Clear and Present Danger, Mission Impossible as Tony Lee Demas, Andy McDowell, Groundhog Day, Bad Girls as Becky Lee Demas.
Wait, that's the wife?
Yeah, that's the wife.
Oh, that's why I recognize your Groundhog's Day.
You know what the weird part is?
Holy shit, I didn't even know. Oh, man.
But what has she done recently besides this? I don't know. I couldn't even tell you.
No shit. Okay.
Yeah. Melanie Scrofano.
Sounds good.
Saw 6. Winona Earp as Emily Ledomas. Kristen Broom, Orphan Black, Snowpiercer as Fitch Bradley.
Snowpiercer was a good movie.
Mm-hmm. Elise Levesque. God, that was horrible.
Jesus, man. These people's name, man, they got some like crazy names. Holy shit.
I'm going to go with what I said because I'm just.
Yeah, you're good. You're fine.
It is Monday. Stargate Universe, the originals as Charity Ledemas, Nikki Guadagni, Crash Cube as Helen Ledemas, John Ralston, Degrassi, The Next Generation, Infinity Pool, good movie, as Stevens. Body count total of 15.
Wow, really?
Holy I don't know. I didn't really count, but well, actually, yeah, the whole. We'll get to that.
I mean, all of their staff. So wait, how many? Hold on. There's the head, father, daughter, right? Or I mean, yeah, father, wife, and then they have the 2 sons. But then the one son already also has a wife, so there's 5 there, plus the daughter and the son-in-law. So there's 7, and then we got the girl in the elevator, the girl with the arrow, the girl who originally got shot. So there's 10.
The butler.
See, did the butler die? Because they showed him moving when she drove away.
Well, I'm willing to bet I'm pretty sure he does. Oh, God. I just watched it.
Oh, you know what? Her 2 kids.
Yes.
The sister's 2 kids. Aunt Helen.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. We're okay. No, we're probably there then.
Yeah,
they probably do count the.
It definitely adds up all the way. So
right,
go
cool.
for it. You bring it home, man.
All righty. Music by. What? There's no fucking way that dude's name is Brain.
If his name is Brain, I swear to God.
No way. I'm assuming it's Brian, but maybe it's Brain.
But
Tyler.
say Brain. Let's just say Brain.
Brain Tyler, because that's how it was typed. Damn it, you can't. He'll read anything on the teleprompter. Now You See Me and Power Rangers. Cinematography by Brett Jukowitz. Stranger Things and the Black Phone, edited by Terrell Gibson, Haunt, and Hawkeye. Effects and makeup by Daniel Betty. The Invisible Man and Titans. Invisible Man was solid. Distributed by Fox Searchlight Pictures. Runtime of 95 minutos. Rating of R. Budget 6 million. Grossed 57.6 mil. So they made their money back.
They made their money. But this was very successful.
Fucking right it was, dude. So now we can discuss. I apologize for jumping ahead of the game.
That's okay.
Earlier, but sometimes that happens, dude. Sometimes that happens. So yeah, man, like this was a fun movie, man. It starts out great with the wedding, before the wedding, of just like her. You're kind of meeting the family members, or like either with her or through her. Like, you know what I mean? She talks about Adam Brody's character before you actually get to meet him.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? She talks about the dad and stuff like that. So you already have like an idea or an understanding. And then the mother comes up and you know the mom's already because like we all know something's going down, right? Like going in, obviously. So like even the mom being sympathetic. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying like the mom being sympathetic and stuff like that. Like you could already tell, like, even though they don't know they are going to play ready or not, they are all just setting themselves up for it. You know what I mean? Because it's a possibility. So
even before that, like when you see the wedding, you see everybody, all of their faces, not one of them doesn't read that we have to do something tonight. We know we have to play a game. We're not sure what, but you could just see it in everyone's face. It almost looks like a judgmental look, but it's like, well, we're not sure what exactly we have to do, but we know we have to do it tonight. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. And I love Adam Brody's character of just like so drunk and sick of it all. Like, you know what I mean? Just because, like, obviously he's done shit and everything, but like you almost just have the most compassion for him because clearly he's just like, dude, I want to get the fuck out of this shit. And you almost kind of feel it for Alex until he shows his true fucking colors.
Yeah. Oh, God.
But it all leads back to a line that even Adam Brody said, because like, you know, even he showed his true colors, that like he kept flipping, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
like you weren't sure how to read him. But like you said, man, they're built different. Like they are at a level to where they are going to do what they need to do to stay in that kind of power. And they are all succumbed by their own family and shit like that. I'm not saying like people in the normal class can't deal with that either, but not to this extent. Obviously.
No, this isn't it. This is the extreme extent of we have power and we have to do with it. But in terms of Brody's character, one of my favorite scenes though is when she's trying to hide. He comes through a secret door. And he just looks at her and goes, "I just came in to get a drink. Like, give it 10 seconds, let's start." I'm like
he knows he has to turn her in, which sucks, but it's like, you know, he doesn't want to. And no, it's and I like it. And I even like the mom's character of like how she says, she's like, I actually really like this woman. And she's like, I'm sad that we have to do this.
Right. And I like how she also brings up, I haven't played this in how many years? Like, I don't even remember how many years it was since the last time they've done the game.
And she said she's only did it like once.
Yeah, that was the last time that it happened.
Was it?
Which is, I think it was the scene that we saw in the beginning of the movie.
So it was the aunt's wedding,
I believe.
Which that was cool that all like came full circle. So you found out like that was the aunt and everything. I mean, you knew the kids were them growing up just because they shouted the name and stuff.
Yeah.
But what a crazy, and this is where you're starting to wonder why they even have this game, right? Like, at least this is how it was for me, because you're like, why? Like, okay, they have all these other games and blah, 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 blah. But like, why would they have this one where they have to kill somebody who literally just got married into the family?
And that's where we start to see it kind of.
That's where we start to see, yeah, just the little poking through of like, maybe there is some satanic shit going on here. But I like how everybody, even the movie in itself, questions if it's legit or not. You know what I mean? Like, they're all scared of it like it is. And that's just religion in itself, right?
Right. But, so they're like, ooh.
But it's
you don't know if it's really true.
Like, right. It's one of those things that's like, do you stop doing it and hope for the best? Or you're just like, you know what? We probably shouldn't even fuck. We should just probably just do what we need to do in order to like maintain the peace. Because if we do rock the boat, like, what if? And the thing is, like, they even mentioned that they had neighbors or friends that died because they stopped playing the games. So like they kind of already knew, they had to have a better idea that like there was definitely something afoot, but
yeah,
still not 100% sure.
Which I'm gonna jump ahead kind of towards the end a little bit.
Yeah,
because I think the part that kind of makes me question it is clearly the last time they played is what we saw in the beginning. That was the aunt's wedding. So obviously that person who was there that was getting married, the now spouse, they got killed clearly, or else they wouldn't be here. But let's just say that this girl did just stay hidden the whole night and somehow no one found her. What would they do? Like,
that's what I was trying to wondering, because like if she won,
yeah,
like does she just win, or do they have to kill her for? Because I think that's what it is, dude. It's like it still comes down to like they have to have a sacrifice. Like if that card comes up, they have to do a sacrifice, but it has to be the person that drew the card clearly,
right? But like, let's just say she does it till dawn. Like, I'm just so curious. I mean, technically, we could say we did get to that point, but that's also it was the movie we went through. But it's like, well, shouldn't there? You would think involved in something of this cult, there would be. I would say I call it a failsafe, I guess, but maybe that's just me thinking deep into something I shouldn't think deeply into. Say if she survives, well, shit, what do we do? I could see it then. Okay, now you got to pick a family member. She survived, so who's going to die to sacrifice? You know, I don't know. It seems like something like that.
I think their failsafe is the help. Like the butler was clearly in on it. They're not the family, even though it's supposed to only be family in that room that knows what's going on. But the help's clearly in on it. You know what I mean? The girl in the dumbwaiter called out. So like that, she was never intended to escape or get out, right?
Yeah.
Like that is never, they can't allow that because the sacrifice needs to happen with that card. I feel otherwise, because if she does get out, they die. I think that's what it really comes down to.
Okay.
Now, I will say, man, I dig her look throughout the movie as she gets more like fucked up as it goes.
Yes.
I like that she's rocking Converse sneakers with the ripped white. I want to see some ladies rock this cosplay, dude. I'm sure it'll fucking be fantastic.
If you hear this or what, please, someone do Samara Weaving from this movie.
Yeah, dude, it'd be badass.
Like that's a badass empowering character.
Especially like further down the road where she's got like the one sleeve ripped off, you know what I mean? All fucking dirtied up and shit. And you could throw in the shotgun with the fucking bullet, with the bullet thing, even though it was a fake, but it still was a look, man, and it was awesome.
She pulled it off so well, Samara. She was, and I'll say this now. I'm jumping around, but she's easily. I mean, she is my favorite character this whole movie. She just sells it. Not that, and everybody else sells what they're doing to a T.
Oh yeah. So, question for you, and I'm brain farting on reasoning, but when she got in the car,
okay,
after the butler fight, why did she go back into the house? I feel like I'm missing a section of like, because I'm just trying to, because like obviously we know like Alex, I know we're jumping around here, but like by the end, Alex fucks her over because he's a douchebag. But like,
well, no, wait, wasn't there someone in the car that took her back to the house? Yeah, that's why. It was someone in that car. We just watched it. What the hell's wrong with me? Someone was in the car, took her back to the house.
Yeah, but you remember she crashed it. She was kicking him, and they were watching it through the video phone because the dude was singing like an asshole. And then she kicked it, and they crashed. Oh yeah, wait. So no, she got out. How the fuck did she get? Did they find her?
I think she also knew that she wasn't going to be able to leave regardless. So she's like, I guess I got to go back to the house and fight this out. I don't have a choice. I think that was more of what it was. That's the only explanation, because they were going to find her whether she wanted to be found or not.
And you know what, man? I'm not going to lie. Like, another funny moment that made me laugh out loud is when she duffed the little kid in the goat pen. After he shot her hand, because that shit was fucking hilarious. Because fuck them kids, dude. Like, dude, that shit was hilarious.
And that's such a badass moment for her, because she got shot right in the hand. Didn't scream loud. And she was like, I'm like,
okay.
Yo, all of us would be on the ground.
So not only that, but let's talk about this entirety of this scene, dude. So then she gets knocked down into this fucking cellar and is climbing up this rickety ass ladder, to which breaks, and then there's a piece of wood. Like, we all know what's going to happen, right? Dude, the lead up and suspense in that scene was literally killing me. I'm just like, oh my God, no, she's going to stab her hole in her hand with oh dear God. And
it hurts.
It does, dude. You know what? I know a lot of people will like the nail scene in A Quiet Place is a rough watch.
Yes,
this was worse. This was
also a bigger thing.
Well, her hand's already fucked up.
That's what I mean.
Her hand's already fucked up, dude. Like,
It's almost like at that point you just want to kill the nerve endings. It's like,
that scene. Because I thought, and I'm glad it didn't play out the full way, but it still was essentially the same thing. I thought she was like gonna fall, and then she was just gonna throw up there, and then like catch it like that, and then she'd be hanging with that one hand. And I'm just like, oh dear God, dude! Like,
that would have been
nail
worse.
biting, bro. Yeah, I know. It was still bad, and I loved it.
Yeah.
It was a solid scene, great setup and suspense on that shit.
There's one quick also little scene because it involves the sister. We're jumping around. The sister who can't do anything right. I don't know why, but I laughed at her probably some of the most time, just because
they should not give her a killing weapon.
Don't give her a killing weapon. Not only that, the woman she stops,
needs like a
looks in the mirror and takes cocaine. She's like, "You're not gonna fuck this up. You're not gonna do it." Walks away.
But not only that, what else she was taking something later? Wasn't she doing pills?
She was taking. So she was
everything. Like all sorts of fucked up on some drugs.
Oh yes,
like for sure.
I'm pretty sure she was on. Had probably.
I mean, who knows? That was probably Xanax too, for all we fucking know. Like,
it was probably cocaine, Xanax, and everything else. I'm like, yeah. I mean, well, Brody's character, Adam Brody's character, he even did say, "Is like all the years of drug abuse and alcohol, man. What the fuck you want me to do?"
No, yeah, 100%. I don't know, man. It was the other part that was fun about this movie was the fact that like our killers, quote unquote, are not your standard killers. These people are not in the game of killing because they enjoy killing. They're doing it
except for the aunt.
Okay, so the aunt, I think her whole thing is she was just tweaked ever since she had to kill her husband. Like because it hadn't come up since then. So I think she was looking for like some equality in that. Like you know what I mean? Like to feel like
Which
it was more justified for her having to do it. That's at least my read.
Well, no, and that's fair because I mean, like she said, I had to kill someone I loved. Alex loves her. Like, it's like, what's the big deal? I had to do it. But if I had to pick someone who I thought was a killer, she would be the one just by the way she looks.
I mean, dude, she looks like Ursula from fucking Little Mermaid, bro. So it's like, 100%.
God, yes, she does. I would have never thought about that, but now I have to think about it.
No, kudos to my wife for that one. She's the one who said it when we were watching.
Damn it, Jen.
100%. For sure. So, no, man, like, and that's what I liked. Like, the family were bumbling themselves. You know what I mean? Like, especially when they're all watching the video of their butler guy who has her in the car. You know what I mean? And they all just like are reacting to it like we would be watching a video too. Like, oh no, like I don't know. And just their like whole freak out of like wondering really like if this shit is legit or not. And even like, him talking to his painting of his great grandpa, like, why the fuck did you have to do this shit? Like, these people, they love the rich lifestyle, and that's why they will do it, because it has broken them to that point.
But you can tell that they're just like, why is it we got to be this extreme?
Right, but they're not naturally inherently evil. Like, they've been corrupted, for sure.
Oh, yeah, which I'm not going to lie. I mean, well, there's been other movies, Society, where it's always the rich have that power.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
This is the version of we have power. This is what we have to do. And like you said before, like they said, the neighbors didn't do it all. They're gone. They died. So clearly it's a universal thing, and which I always find more terrifying than most things.
Oh, absolutely. You know what we should talk about is the game box. I thought that was a cool little intriguing thing, and actually gets used as a weapon by the end of it.
Yes, it does. That would be cool to have.
It's almost like a Hellraiser box or something. You know what I mean? Like, not necessarily in the same regards, but it's still a game, right? Like the Hellraiser thing, it's a game like to like open it up and do its thing, right? Brings those demons.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, I don't know, man. Like, this is just on like the wall of hell games, dude, that you can just fuck people over on the real plot. So like, obviously this is the devil himself that we were assuming, right?
I'm assuming it's either the devil himself or it's that, what is it, the great grandfather? Probably not.
Well, no, because they kept calling the devil a different name. It was Mr. What the hell was it?
Bally's? Oh, God,
something like that. I'll have to look it up. But like, you know how they mentioned like the kids saw him, like, or at least they think they saw him, whatever, like that. And it's cool that we got a little glimpse of him too. But
yeah, I'm surprised, and I will say this: maybe if any companies are listening, this is a movie that could, or maybe it exists. I don't know. It could definitely use a board game, or that game box could definitely be like a card game.
Oh, it's LaBelle. Mr.
That's
LaBelle.
it, LaBelle.
Because one of the games that was their top game was LaBelle's Gambit, which I think is, hold on, let's see. LaBelle's Gambit. Take a risk, gain the advantage. So I wonder if it's almost like it's a party game, but that's what they play. You know what I mean?
Right. I could see that.
But I just like going back to the box. Like, it's cool that it's, put your blink card in and it writes your fate or whatever you got to do. But it's just like, how does it get to decide? You know what I mean? Are there certain qualities of the person that it can feel out? Is it just super randomized? Like, I have so many questions.
I think if this is a satanic cult and it involves this devil, I think it is random. But I also think it's, if it is the devil with that name, obviously it could do whatever it wants, but clearly it was enough time between the last time this happened and this where the devil's like, something, I haven't played this in a while. I could see that.
Well, not only that, but it's just look at her character overall, right? like, if she got any of the other games, would her character really? Do you think she would sign up for this life? I don't think she would.
No, I don't think so either.
And where like the other people, like Brody's wife, clearly like just a full-on cunt. But she, like they talk about it, he's like, you were ready to kill for this game, like, you know what I mean, blah blah blah. And the other guy, like, he really didn't have any problem coming into this shit either, right?
No.
So maybe that's what it reads off of, is whether the person would actually, like, you know what I mean? Because the devil would probably be like, yeah, this person's not going to make a thing, so you're going to have to kill him or you'll die yourself. I could see that.
I could also see it where, I mean, because just by the way she looks, even before we start playing the game, she's definitely a very strong person. So I'm willing to bet the devil's like, okay, I think this is going to be a challenge, but I think I'm going to give them the challenge they need, meaning the family.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I could totally see that being rooted in there. Because it's like, well, you guys haven't done this for 20 years. This is someone strong. I think you guys could do it, and I think you need to do it.
I was looking up to try to figure out if LaBelle actually means anything, or if it's not. I hope Chad Daddy has something about that.
We will find out when we get there, but
yeah. But no, man, we got some solid kills in this movie. We got a nice like arrow to the head, or arrow through the mouth, actually. Which was, that scene was even funnier because like she wasn't dead. You know what I mean? We kept getting like her like choking on the blood when she tried to talk. So then the ant goes over and beheads her. Like, holy fuck, dude. We get the girl in the dumbwaiter. That was a cool fucking kill.
And then the other help coming through the door. Daddy, I got her.
Blasted, bro.
Right, what was it? The right side of her face and eye were gone.
I'm not gonna lie, like I expected something like that, but it still kind of jump scared me a little bit. I think it was more the sound than anything, but I was just like, holy fuck, dude. Like,
well, because that's also the moment where she figures out, wait, what the fuck is going on?
And that was cool. Like the whole family comes in and literally like they all talk the whole situation, so she could just figure it out without even Alex having to explain it. No, that was solid. I don't know if I could like not breathe heavy enough in that. I would have gave my position away.
I'd be under the fucking bed.
So I'm not gonna lie, like when she kept panning in that room. What's up, Gene? Welcome.
What's up, Gene?
I thought she was gonna see them hiding in the mirror because they kind of kept showing the mirror. Yeah, they never did that. It was kind of weird. I don't know.
Well, and I think if she actually kept going and didn't hear that noise, that was going to be the next shot. But then obviously the noise was made down the hall, and then she went out.
Fucking right, dude. Alrighty. So, I mean, you like this movie. I like this movie. It's a very fun movie.
Absolutely.
It's just like there's some cheeky stuff in it. There's some dark humor in it. But all in all, it's pretty solid. Absolutely. And I mean, we don't get to see the kids explode, but there's some exploding kids even in this movie. So fuck it. All right, I'm gonna say let's hear what Mr. Brody Kane has to say, because I feel like Brody might actually have a full different idea.
Let's hear what the doppelganger banger from Down Under has to say.
Howdy folks, it's your DKB here back for another episode of Gore and More, and this week I'm here to talk to you about Ready or Not. So back in the heyday, I was hearing a lot of love and praise about this film, especially online around the film circuit and all that shit. So I was pretty pumped. I was getting pretty keen for it. And then the trailer came out and I was like, holy goddamn shit, did they just show us the whole fucking movie, or are they just giving us bits and pieces here and there and whatnot? It's going to be truly something special and remarkable. Then I watched the movie. They spoiled the whole fucking movie in this trailer, so...
Did they?
A bit of an emotional
I guess I'm glad I don't remember.
For me personally, like I was getting hyped as fuck for it, and then when I watched the movie, it just fell flat for me because I'd already seen it previously in a matter of a minute and 20 or 2 minutes, whatever the fuck it was. But yeah, after watching it today, the one thing that really took me out of this film upon viewing it this time was the fact that it deals with themes from Your Next. Obviously, the major theme.
Yes,
of
it does.
This girl that comes into a family that we're unfamiliar with, and then yet some shit goes down with that family, and then she has to try and flee and fight for her freedom against this family. So that was always popping up throughout this whole entire movie, and I just couldn't really get into it because I just kept thinking of You're Next, and You're Next is such a fucking better movie that deals with the humor and dark humor in that film much better than this. And I really shouldn't compare the pair, but it just kept coming up.
Yeah, I can't really
all
compare.
the fucking time.
No, I
couldn't help it. I just really couldn't help it. But yeah, I think Chad summed it up there perfectly the other week, and he knows me pretty well to the fact that for me, comedy and horror.
Called it.
It's very rare for me to actually get into that and appreciate it. But yeah, I think Your Next did it a lot better than this film.
I mean,
another thing.
Yeah, Your Next was great.
Not that it took me out of the film. I just obviously couldn't get into it. But it was the fact that I was very bored with this film. Like at times, it felt like that. Yeah, that scene out of Freddy 4, which was actually more entertaining than this film, and it's Alice on a never-ending loop cycle of just seeing Samara Weaving run around this fucking house repeatedly and not really doing too much. And it's just like, for fuck's sake, do something that will blow my mind or something interesting. And I'm not saying she's a bad actor. And then, I mean, what she was given with, I think she did extremely well. I think, the actors in this film were actually, quite good for what their characters were meant to be and all that. But give them characters some actions, like really blow people's fucking minds like the last fucking 10 to 15 minutes of this film. So, yeah, just boring. I will give it props for having an interesting premise. I just don't think it was executed all that fucking well. To me, it felt like it should have been a lot more grimy and a lot more grittier.
I would disagree, man.
I
think
there's plenty of grit.
Just for me, in that sense, I didn't find it funny at all. And it just felt like at times it was sort of forced from these characters. And I was just like, for fuck's sake, I hope you fucking die next. So, yeah. So I've got to give the credits, for the cinematography in that sense that it's actually a good-looking movie. Color grading comes in, definitely helps it pop and captures the atmosphere of what they're trying to do with the interior lighting design. The color grading itself laced over the visual imagery, it's a very raw color, and I definitely think
it's rich.
It works well for the imagery of this film.
But it's also dark.
Production design looks great. Obviously, the interior of this fucking house, I'm not entirely sure if they shot on location or if it was made, but it looks great nonetheless in that sense.
Dude, that library is huge.
It just felt like a very big budget film, to be honest, and I don't think it was. I think it might have been made
$6 million?
6 million. I can't recall, but yeah. The visual aspect of this film is probably the biggest thumbs up for me.
All right.
I guess I could probably throw in there to see the family curse actually come to life in the end. Thought was done actually pretty damn well. I'll give him props for that, because that caught me off guard the first time I seen that. And the way they sort of hold out on one of the other characters, I was like, I like what you did there.
Yes.
And I guess that humour element about it worked for me. I kind of giggled to that bit. So
I laughed.
Yeah.
Oh, dying.
So, yeah, all in all,
right.
For me personally, I'm not the biggest fan of this film. Like I said, it was hyped up too much for me, and it just didn't deliver in that sense. I do appreciate that I'm trying to do something a little bit different while also heavily borrowing themes and elements from Your Next. Well, that's what it felt like to me. I can't speak for them. But, yeah, I just couldn't get into this film at all. Gore and More score. I am going to give this film a 2 for the visual aspect of the cinematography to make this film look like a big budget film and actually look great, considering the story never played out all that well for me. So in that sense, this is your DKB. Giving a Gore and More score of fucking 2. I've already said that.
Damn.
Looking forward to hearing what you guys have to say about this film, and I'll catch you mother lickers next week. So cheers, gentlemen.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you, Mr. Brody. Although
Awesome.
I disagree with most of what he said, but
yeah,
but I also coming from
right. Like
it's also not his typical thing.
It's not his cup of tea, and I definitely understand the similarities between Your Next, but to me, it's a totally different. Like Your Next was one brother trying to take out his family. right?
Yeah.
Where this is an entire family trying to save their own asses because of like, I mean, the whole, like, once you get the whole curse thing in, I feel like that completely like changes the forte of it. But
Oh,
it is still a
absolutely.
woman surviving a house that she's not used to. I can understand the elements feel very similar for sure.
Remember, true, but in Your Next, remember that woman grew up in a survivalist camp.
No, absolutely. So it's like
Grace is just like, okay, I gotta figure this shit out now.
I mean, she grew up in like clearly not the best circumstances. Like they kind of hinder at talk about a little bit. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, if she was what's her name from fucking Your Next, dude, that girl would have fucking just slaughtered this family.
Oh, that family would have been done
known
10 minutes.
100%.
But I can see some of the similarity, but I'll give him that.
All right. Did we ever get a score from Shad Daddy, by the way?
I don't believe we did. I will double check. But we do have. Do we have something from?
I don't have anything from Scoobs either. So.
Oh, he didn't send a video?
Scuba?
I thought he said he sent the video. Or am I thinking?
Hold on. I apologize if he did because nope, I don't have anything.
Wait, hold on, wait a minute. I swear to God, I thought he said he sent something.
Either way. So, all right. I mean, Brody, you know what? Brody has his text. I would personally disagree with on a lot of this. I feel like the humor hits, at least.
It made
me chuckle. It made me
chuckle.
A
score for Chad, so we're good.
Solid. I don't know. It's just, and maybe that's what it is. I didn't remember the trailer. So for anything spoiling wise, didn't happen for me. So I could see where that would really askew the view for sure. But I don't know, man. It is. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say that's, in terms of a trailer, just to go away from the movie real quick, I don't know what movie companies are thinking anymore. Like short trailers. You put all the good stuff in a trailer. A trailer should be no more than 1 minute, and that's probably pushing it still. No more than a minute. 30 seconds is beautiful. You don't give too much. You don't give anything. You just give the idea. Let it go from there. That was one of the best things in the 80s, and I wasn't even around yet.
Yeah, man. Like, don't show the creature. You know what I mean? Like, you show the atmosphere, the tension, maybe like some sweaty scenes here and there. But
yeah,
dude, don't give away kills. Don't give away like some of the best points in the movie in a trailer. Your trailer should be edited and be able to sell your movie without giving away anything.
Or
like the title and the idea.
Or you could give a trailer where it totally doesn't look like the movie you're going to watch, and then you get it, and it's like, oh, now it makes sense why they did that. You know what I mean? Still not giving away. That could probably
go either way.
That one could go either way, but that just depends on how good you are at editing.
We also have a score from Scuba, and wow. Okay, so theirs is definitely opposite of Brody. So, damn, I'm really sad that the boys aren't on tonight.
So am I.
Because
I would love to hear what they have to say.
Yeah, man. Rich, I see you watching out there, homie. What's up? For everybody that hasn't commented but is watching, I hope you all having a good evening, enjoying this shit.
Share it around, please.
Yeah, absolutely. So I feel like we've discussed a bunch of this movie, man. Brody brought up a bunch of stuff. I think it's time to see what we got from behind the scenes. So, Bob, I'm going to throw this shit over to you.
All right, give me 1 second here. Let me pull.
You are good.
These behind the scenes. Okay.
Ready or not, here I come.
17 different versions of Grace's wedding dress were created by costume designer Avery Plews to show the progress of Grace's night and how her clothes corresponded to her attitude.
All right.
I like this one. Samara Weaving had to be taught how to drive, or at least how to look like she's driving.
What?
So she doesn't drive.
Interesting. Weird. Huh. All right.
Okay.
Yeah, some people don't. Whatever.
Whatever you got to do. So they only had 5 Candelabras. They only had 5 candelabras.
Candelabras?
Yeah, there you go, candelabras.
There you go.
So they had to keep moving them to populate rooms and hallways where needed.
Oh, okay. I interesting. Hey man, that's good use of limited props.
That's what. Yeah.
Awesome.
They submitted nearly 200 fictional board game names, but only 8 or so were cleared by the legal department.
Oh, when we were getting the little pan over in the beginning there?
Yeah.
Okay. Makes sense.
Okay. A lot of the film was filmed at Casa Luma in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. It is a designated heritage property and is a museum that is open to the public. You can take tours of the building and learn about its history. You can even walk through some of the secret passages. Many movies were filmed there, including Crimson Peak, The Pacifier, and X-Men 2000.
Oh, no shit. That's awesome.
I like this about Grace. Grace's yellow Chuck Taylor sneakers were actually custom painted for the film, as Converse no longer makes that color.
Oh, they should bring it back out. I like it.
I would say they should do a special Ready or Not version.
Right? Have dirtied up, bloodied yellow ones? That'd be awesome, dude.
Mm-hmm.
You're onto something, Bob.
The pepper box revolver wielded by Emily has been the version of the gun weapon in the North American edition of the board game Clue since 1972. It was adopted by the European Cluedo edition in 1996. So that little gun she has is from Clue.
That's awesome. That's even cooler.
I love it.
I was expecting a little bit more of like a Clue kind of a vibe, but I mean, I guess it kind of had it for a scotch, but just because when we were talking about it last week, I brought it up and Scoob was like, yeah, so that's like I had that set in my head. But
right, yeah, absolutely. Okay. With Levian Satanism, the term Shema Hamaforash is used.
Oh yeah.
Is used during rituals as outlined in the Satanic Bible. The term is essentially the equivalent of hallelujah in the sense that it is taken to mean hail Satan when used in this context. To corroborate with Levian Satanism's objective of saturnizing traditional religious practice. Well, so
that's crazy. They ripped that actually from the fucking Satanic Bible.
I was just gonna say, I'm like, wow, they really went fucking deep here.
Just trying to fuck with people watching this shit, see if anything like actually pops up.
Yeah, I swear to God, if we get anybody starting to pull some shit, don't do it.
Mm-hmm.
So the tattoo of that's a tattoo of a chili pepper on Samara Weaving's hand. People keep thinking that it's a feather, she says.
I didn't even notice it.
Yeah, she has a tattoo on her one hand.
Okay. Must have not paid attention well enough. What else you got, homie?
Margaret Robbie was considered for the role of Grace before Samara Weaving was cast. The two actresses looked very similar.
So they were like, yo, we can't get Robbie. Let's pull in the fucking B version of her. We'll get Samara Weaving. Okay, cool.
But I don't know why. I like Margaret Robbie, but I don't know. Samara just...
She did it well, dude.
Yeah, she had a quality that was just like, yeah, you fit this better.
She has kind of a mixture of like, the first one there you talked about, and almost the girl from The Menu. Was it Anya Taylor-Joy?
Oh yeah.
Like she's got some similarities of her too, where just very tiny. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I agree with that.
All right, what else you got, homie?
At 48 minutes, in the insert of the dumbwaiter gears is actually gears from London's Big Ben's clock tower.
That's awesome. Film editing.
That's cool. Fucking cool. That's cool. The masks the Demas family uses in the prologue are reminiscent of the masks used in the Twilight Zone episode The Masks, 1964. where they were worn by members of a wealthy family.
Oh. I like how they were just like, yo, what about the mask? They're like, that was Dad's thing. That was all the 80s shit.
Speaking of Mr. Lebel means the lease agreement in French. Mr. Lebel allows the family their wealth.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like it's the deal with the devil, man. It's like, yeah, we'll give you wealth, but every time you get a new family member, you have to play this game.
Yeah, so there we go. Now that makes sense. Elise Levasquez, Charity de Lamas, said in the behind the scenes of the film that she had no idea how to hold a spear gun, and no one told her if she was doing it right or not. Given that all the Les Damas are supposed to be airheads with no idea what they're doing, not telling her how to hold the spear gun was probably the best move.
That's why it was funny that the fucking dude was looking this shit up online. Because it's like, bro, how are these people going to know this shit, dude? And I love that they even bring that up in a question. Like, how am I supposed to know how to use this fucking crossbow? I've never used a crossbow. You know what I mean?
Right. It's like, I have no fucking idea what's going on here. Grace's shivering in the photo shoot scenes wasn't performative. In the commentary, Samara Weaving mentioned that it was cold when they were shooting that scene, hence her shivering. But it worked to make her body look more convincingly nervous, something Weaving herself admitted.
Hell yeah, dude. 100%.
I like that that's not like an actor trying to act. It's legit, but at the same time, it works so well.
Sometimes that shit happens, bro.
The games in the cabinet are Family Ritual, Secret Council, LaBelle's Gambit, Sunrise, and Abracadabra.
Yeah, you saw Abracadabra a couple times. I was wondering what that was going to lead to, but
I thought it was going to lead to something as well, but no.
No.
Samara Weaving, Adam Brody, and Henry Czerny appeared in the Scream franchise. Weaving and Czerny in Scream 6, Adam Brody in Scream 4.
Well, that's right. Weaving was in the beginning of Scream 6. She's the girl that gets killed in the alleyway.
Mm-hmm. She
That's
was.
right.
The lead actress who plays Unfortunate Grace is the niece of a well-known British actor, Hugo Weaving, The Matrix, who resides in Australia along with several thespian members of the family.
Oh, shit. That's awesome.
Never heard of him till now. Okay. Here.
Anything else, bud?
Yeah, there's still plenty here. I'm going down here.
Okay.
Grace originally dies in the earlier draft of the script after being successfully sacrificed by Alex and his family. But the producers changed it to Grace surviving and her in-laws, including Alex, being killed after failing to complete the ritual before dawn. So she was supposed to die. I don't know if it would have been.
That wouldn't have been as
successful.
That would have. With the kind of humor you got, that feels like a very like 180 spin on that.
Yeah,
like that's like a Stake Land ending. You know what I mean, dude? Where it's like, okay, we're in a depressing state. Like I'm gonna set myself up for that. That'd be weird. I don't know. I don't think I would like that ending as much. I guess it all depends on how they play it, but it's like, no, man, the family succeeded. So like, whoa, no, that's weird.
Yeah, I'm happy with the way they went and did it.
Yeah, 100%. I like them like popping.
that was just fucking hilarious too. During the wedding photos, Charity tells Daniel that Grace will never be a part of the family. Daniel replies, "Of course not. She has a soul." At the time, this seems like a slight against his wife and family. Later, it is revealed that members of the family have sold their souls to Mr. LaBelle.
Yep. Let's get that money, baby.
It's all about the money, motherfuckers. Towards the end of the movie, Fitch recalls a fire incident that killed the whole family, to which the Domas patriarch says, "That's what the media fed you." This brief passage foreshadows the fate of the family as their house burns to the ground after they explode in the dawn.
Yep. I know. I like that. Like he just like the fire started before they even started exploding. It was just like, oh, mysterious fire. Because they showed it, and I'm just like, I even questioned. I was like, wait, what the fuck started a fire? And then it goes to that. Then I had to think back. I'm like, oh, just Just the devil doing his thing. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay. It's heavily implied that Grace is rejected by Mr. LaBelle for two reasons. One, because her motive for marrying Alex was indeed love and not just for money. Grace's soul would be more difficult to attain. It's also mentioned that both Charity and Fitch had no issue selling their souls in exchange for the material, whereas Grace longed for a family. Two,
Called it. Yep.
Yeah.
So that, yeah.
Two, Helen draws comparison between herself and Alex, both resisting their destiny by trying to leave the family, only for Mr. LaBelle to reject their spouses, forcing them to stay. Mr. LaBelle may have sensed that Grace's innocence and purity would lure Alex away from the continuing tradition and disown the family, which actually makes a lot of sense.
I mean, I did like it though. Like, I like that was in the notes though, because we definitely discussed that earlier. Of just that box kind of reading people essentially.
Yeah, no, it was perfect. The cast and crew speculate as to what Grace does after the movie ends, and their guesses range from going on the honeymoon to being charged with murdering the entire family.
How could you prove she murdered him? There's no evidence of them. Although, okay, so here's actually a good question. The ones that were already dead, do their bodies still explode or they're just dead, so it doesn't matter?
Well, you mean of family, right?
Right, because you have the mother who she killed with the box.
Yes.
And then you have Adrian Brody who got shot and he died by his wife.
Something tells me either A, they explode, or B, they just wither away. I don't know.
I don't know, man. Questions will never get answered.
Nope. Unfortunately or unfortunately, I don't know.
All right. Anything else, Owen?
Three more here. As Grace walks to the music room, she pauses to see the family's older board games displayed. The names of the games combined tell the entire story of the following night. Family Ritual, Secret Council, LaBelle's Gambit, Sunrise, Fortune Teller, and Public Defendant. I never noticed them, honestly, till now.
All right.
In the film Jennifer's Body, Adam Brody portrayed an occult member in a band that killed Jennifer as a sacrifice, offering to Satan in the exchange for wealth and fame. About a decade later, the character he plays in Ready or Not has similar yet but less enthusiastic motives to renew the original deal his ancestor had made with Satan for wealth and success in his family's board game company. Interesting. In March 2024, it was reported that a sequel was in development with Adam Robitel in early negotiations to serve as director. Samara Weaving is expected to reprise her starring role.
Oh, no shit. Yo, our man, you know what? I'm just going to say it. So for anybody that was wondering what Scoobs is doing later, Scoobs is at WWE right now, literally rocking an event as, what do you want to say? Like, not promoter. What do you want to say this as?
I don't even know. Announcer?
Like, no, kind of like an interviewer almost. Like he'll be interviewing some of the wrestlers and stuff like that, and like probably cutting some promo shit and everything.
Did he just post it?
Yeah, about an hour ago, him and Mel were all dressed up and heading out. So fuck yeah, dude.
Okay.
Good luck to you. Good luck to you, homies.
Oh, he is also live right now. Oh no, he's live because we're
live on his name. So that.
And that's all I got for all of the behind the scenes.
All righty. Well, thank you kindly, Mr. Ramone, and thank you, Chad Daddy, for sending those to Bob.
You are absolutely welcome.
Where'd you watch this, homie? What format?
I watched this on Hulu.
It was on Hulu?
Mm-hmm. Or no, actually, no, sorry, with subscription. So sorry, Amazon Prime. My bad.
Okay. Yeah. I rented it on Amazon myself. So, all right. Douche of the film. Well, I'm going to have to go with the whole fucking family.
I mean, honestly, though, the whole family, yes, but her husband fiance before they got. He just wasn't really ringing to me, so I was going to just go with him as a one person with the family as.
You know what, dude? He has the ultimate douche moment though.
He does.
Where you think he's going to be good, and then he turns on her. So you know what? I'm going to agree with you, homie. Yeah. I think he's the ultimate douche. Everybody else was pretty honest in their roles of what they were doing and their intentions.
Yeah, except for what is it? Adam Brody's character.
Yeah, he was internally fighting himself though, so that was a struggle bus. But
yeah,
I like that one. All right, favorite kill. I think I'm gonna have to go dumbwaiter, dude.
Oh, see, I'm going to go with, just because of how it's played out, the arrow through the mouth.
That was a solid one.
Because she gets shot, and then the aunt comes in and says, "Shut the fuck up," basically, and kills her.
And then I'm going to say honorable mention to just the family popping at the end, because the fact that they didn't do it all at once, they all had enough time to look at each other and say something, and then it's like.
But I think one of the best parts, though, is they open up and the sun is there and they all are expecting to melt away. And they're just like, nothing?
Yeah. Yeah, right? You're just like, I guess nothing's happened. Bam! And that's even the best part, dude. It's just the anticipation. All right, best scene.
I think my favorite is when they're in the barn with the goat pit. That whole scene there.
Ooh.
That's where she gets through her hand again.
Oh, I'm going to probably have to agree with that one, because that scene was fucking intense to watch, dude. Yep. 100%. Worst moment or scene. Worst moment or scene.
I think if I had to pick, it would probably be. I'm going to say when she's in the. Well, no, the kid. That's a very tense scene.
The kitchen where she's sneaking around. I like.
Yeah, that. and I did like that. So I don't know why I was going to do that. I'm trying to think.
There's not really any scene I didn't I hated. You know what I mean?
No, yeah. I think I actually have to say, there's no scene where I could be like, yeah, that doesn't really fit here. So no, I got nothing.
Maybe I would say if anything, maybe have a scene to explain who the help was at the time, because when that girl first came out of the kids' room and they got shot, I was kind of confused. I was like, wait, who the fuck was that? And everybody was like, oh, she was my favorite. You know what I mean? And it's like, oh wait, and then the other girl was dressed like her. So then you're like, oh, okay, I get it. But all right, opening scene hook you in.
Yes.
Yeah, it was the little boys and then the aunt's wedding. So yeah, thought it was cool. And obviously you get even a start to Brody or Adam Brody's character there, because he calls it out, but you could tell even as a kid he didn't want to do that because he knows this guy's gonna get fucked.
Yeah. So absolutely.
All right. Most attractive character. I'm gonna go with Samara Weaving, dude. She was.
Yeah, Samara Weaving. I mean, she's
yummy.
Just not only that, she's yummy. She just from what I've heard, just such a doll of a person.
Word. All right, that was an easy one. Did the score set the mood?
Oh, absolutely. I love that old time record they would play too.
Oh, dude, the actual song, the Ready or Not song, that was cool.
Yeah,
no, it's set it because even though this movie has a lot of funny elements into it, there is some moments where they definitely set the creep factor, which is nice. So it still gives you that kind of in the realm of horror vibes. Yes. So I'm going to say, yeah, it did. And then that leads us to best song, to which I'm going to say the hide and seek song.
Yeah. The
Ready or Not song. Sorry.
100%.
Okay. Favorite character. I'm going the brother-in-law myself.
I did say Grace, and I still say Grace. But if I had to choose another, only because he just believes in it so much, the father.
The father is, I do like the father. I like his character, because especially when he has his little freak out and everything there.
Yeah. He just he believes in it so much. I'm like, okay, he's definitely.
Yeah, but there's definitely like a part of him that questions it a little bit, but I think it's like so pushed down inside that, you know what I mean? It would never come to fruition regardless.
Yeah, in his mind, it's like, we have to do this.
Right. Like there's no shadow of a doubt. Like even if we think it might not exist, we can't take that chance.
Mm-hmm, exactly.
No, I'm going Stevens, man, because Stevens seems like Stevens is your blue collar everyman, dude, in this situation where, like, yeah, he gave up his soul because he's still an asshole, but he's just dumb too. And so, like, you know, the fact that he's got to look all this shit up in his phone and the fact that, like, he already sold his soul, right? Like, we know that.
Yeah.
But he's still looking up, like, hey, are devil packs real on Google?
He's like, is this really a thing?
Like, homie, you probably should have did that a little bit beforehand, but, you know, whatever.
Well, none of them ever played, so they really didn't know what to do.
Yeah, like, how does the rest of the time go? Like, dude, like, he said he had, like, Old Maid. So, like, what? They just play Old Maid, and they're like, all right, well, now you have to do this weird ritual, and then now you're part of the family.
Probably. But then the one girl said, I played chess. So it was definitely more of like, okay, so you got stupid games you're going to play.
That's why I'm saying the box read them. Like, the box can read you, clearly.
Oh, definitely.
They actually just gave them the normal games because they were just like, oh, yeah, these are easy suckers for sure. All right. Yeah. So that leads us to, was it scary? No.
Not scary.
Intended to be?
No, but I would definitely say it's thrilling.
Yeah, I could give you that, dude. I'll give you that.
It's thrilling because, I mean, scary in the sense someone is fighting for their life, but thrilling in the sense of, like, you still don't know what's going to happen.
No, yeah, you get anticipation in moments and you're just like, you're wondering how it's going to end for her and whatnot. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Okay. Does it hold up today? Well, I certainly hope so. It's like 5 years old. So I'm going to say yes. That leads us to acting.
Solid.
Yep, 100%, dude. Nobody hammed this one in. I felt like it was good.
A plus. Everybody hit the nail on the head with what they had to do.
Like, if you hated them, if you hated a character because they were stupid, that person acted that character fantastic.
Yes, I agree.
Or did that role, I should say. All right, that leads us to cinematography, to which I would say kind of solid, dude. I like that we had some different tracking shots and pan shots of just, like, you know, overhead looking down just so you can't see somebody's face here and there.
I loved how the house was lit. I loved how it was basically
that was cool.
It was like a candle lit house. Just the way the lights worked and how everything just looked. It didn't look grim, but it wasn't bright. It was like,
but I feel like I feel like it was to go with that aesthetic of, like, so obviously they're following their great grandfather or whatever, whoever the patriarchy of this family. Yes. They're following his rules because obviously they didn't want to use the cameras and all that other shit. So I'm almost wondering if, like, that's also why it was lit like that, is to, like, because this is the evening, so it has to be per tradition.
Yeah, and they did a beautiful job.
No, I thought it looked, and even like the shots in the wedding and everything, you know what I mean? Like, it felt like a solid, like, wedding kind of moment, blah, blah. So 100%. Absolutely. Okay. Did we enjoy the premise? I did.
Absolutely. I did.
It was fun. Rich family with a pact with the devil has to do a ritual sacrifice every once in a while. Yeah, I'm down for it.
That works.
All right. So, was the climax satisfying?
Absolutely.
Fuck yeah, dude. We got exploding family. It was awesome.
And her just sitting there, with the cigarette in her mouth, and it's just like,
I know, that was a great ad, dude. Just, I like the sister, though. The sister and the kids running out of the room like they're going to escape it somehow. It's like, oh, no.
It's so cool.
And you still get the blood plops. Like,
it's like,
like, awesome. All right. Recycle, rewind, remake, or reboot. I'll rewind this shit, dude. Probably not right away. This isn't something I would need to, like, be like, oh, I need to watch that right away again.
I would definitely watch it a couple times a year.
But yeah, dude, like, if somebody else, like, wanted to throw this on, I would have no problem with it. Like, fuck yeah, dude, that was a great movie.
Agreed.
So
Yeah,
that leads us to, let's rate this bitch. Now, Brody started it off with a 2. That's fine. Brody has his thoughts on this, and that is absolutely his right.
Chad gave a 4.5.
Chad gave us a 4.5, and Scuba gave us a 4, correct?
I believe so, yes.
Let me double check the.
I would double check his because I don't remember.
I'm pretty sure Scuba said 4. Yep, 4 for Scoobs. All righty, so 4 for Scoobs. Bob, what you got, homie?
Well, I'm going to agree with Chad, a 4.5. I loved it. Yeah, I'm in 4.5, 100%.
And I'm in the territory with Scubas. I don't know if I'm that high, but I would give it a solid 4, dude. Like, I think it was shot really well. It was a clean movie. Acting was solid. And it was a fun time. I would definitely. It's one that I know where I would and will rewatch this. So
it's also one of those where if you even want to throw it on a movie night and just have a nice good time with it, it's that movie you can do it.
Oh, absolutely. Now, because we were all around a little bit, but Brody's was low, we have a Gore and More score of 3.8 bloody VHS tapes for 2019's Ready or Not. Okay. So, you know what? That's fine. 3.8 is solid. That is a solid score.
Yeah, that is still very solid.
We need to send that to the boys so Chatty can note that shit. Let's see. Other than that, what do we cover next week? Do you know, Bob? If not, I will look it up here.
I was going to just do the same thing.
Ooh! Another movie I have yet to see and been waiting to see for a minute. Talk to me.
Oh, I loved it. I loved it. I just watched it now actually more than 3 weeks ago. I enjoyed it. I think you'll like it.
Well, I'm sure I will. I know Brody liked it originally when they first got on. I know Scoops did too. So Talk to Me is pretty much fucking on anything, dude. YouTube, Hulu, all premium subscription, Fubo, Sling, Roku, Paramount Plus, Amazon, blah, blah,
Chad's
blah, blah.
not here, but it's on demand too.
There you go. So yeah, 2022's Talk to Me. This could either be a Scuba's pick, or a Brody's pick. Maybe Chad Daddy's, but I don't think it's Chad Daddy's. Or did you pick it?
Is it me?
I feel like this might be a Brody.
It's either a Brody or a me. I don't know.
Because the week after that, it's not my pick, but I'm pretty sure this is Scuba's. Maybe I'm wrong. But we're doing TCM 2022.
Yeah, that's Scoobs.
All right, so this one might be Brody's. Solid. All right, and then after that, we're doing Wes Craven's New Nightmare, and then after that, we'll be doing episode 300, which I'm not going to say what we're going to do on that one.
No, we'll keep that. Let's keep that one. I think we should keep 300.
Yeah, that'll be a fun
little.
We've already mentioned it before, not on this show, not on this particular episode, but it's one that we're all excited to do. So yes, for sure.
Yes.
Okay. Other than that, that's pretty much it for Ready or Not. Solid watch once again, dude. If you haven't watched it, I would say go watch it.
Absolutely, it's a must.
Do you have anything nerdy, sir?
I'm looking now. Not too many things on the horror realm, but I am going to say this because I think advertising at its best. Long Legs, Uncaged. Dial this number for the creepiest call of your life. So the movie Long Legs, which comes out July 12th, now has a little billboard with a number on it. Neon wants to make sure not a day goes by in the next month that you're not thinking about their acclaimed new horror film Long Legs, and today is damn sure no exception. They have set up a dedicated phone number where you can call and have a little chat with the man downstairs, who happens to be a serial killer dubbed Long Legs, played by Nicolas Cage in the upcoming movie. Dialing the number will result in a deeply unsettling pre-recorded message from Cage's latest character. The number is on Bloody Disgusting, and I'm sure you can also look it up and just type in the numbers. So, you know, I love it. I love it when horror movies go that extra mile to give you something to remember it by.
Yeah, man, that's some cool, just like PR stunts. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And other than that, I don't really have too much. There's nothing really happening here. And toy-wise, the Hammer film Count Dracula, the Christopher Lee figure is out. Other than that, I don't really have too many other things. What about you?
Nothing, man. I'm pretty light on the horror news or anything good like that. But what was it? Oh my goodness, was it Gutter Garbs? No, hold on. It might have been Fright Rags.
Oh, speaking of Cavity Colors, just released new Rob Zombie shirts.
Fright Rags will be dropping at the end of this, throughout periodic days. Dude, 4 new lineups that I am all for. So on the 18th, Dog Soldiers.
Yep.
Fantastic. 21st, Ghostbusters.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah. 25th, Evil Dead Rise. Awesome. And then a personal favorite, which has nothing to do with horror, but I totally love it. On the 28th, they're dropping stuff from UHF. And I want to get all of it.
Oh, the Ghostbuster shirt there. Yeah, I'm definitely getting me some Ghostbuster.
So,
and I
those
like
all look solid as hell.
Their Evil Dead Rise shirt, that's a much more solid shirt. I like that.
Yeah, I dig it too. Other than that, man, excuse me, didn't mean to do that.
Oh wait, also wait, real quick, because the same thing on Fright Rags. They also have coming up for the first half of July. They didn't see the pictures yet, but it's listed: Jurassic Park, Jaws, The Burbs, and The Terminator.
Oh no shit!
So
That's
everybody,
awesome.
Keep an eye out. And also, Cavity Colors has new Rob Zombie shirts that just came out today. So be sure to get one of those. They're from the Hellbilly Deluxe era. Take a look at them. Go buy them. Don't waste your time.
Hell yeah, dude. Well, on that note, I'm gonna say we could probably close it up. Oh, you know what? One last news thing I got. Universal is copying Disney, and now they're doing drone aerial shows, and Ghostbusters is totally incorporated in it. So I need to get my ass to Universal.
Oh, I'm going to Universal in September. Oh, I gotta find it.
There you go.
I'm going.
There you go. Hell yeah, dude. Nice. Well, other than that, it's I'm gonna say we can call it. We had a nice little short episode this week, but once again, there's only 2 of us, so only so much we can do.
Ain't nothing wrong. Ain't nothing but a chicken wing.
Fucking right, dude. All right, Bob. If you want to start us off, we will end this shit and call it an evening.
This is your Killing Machine, Bobby Amone, saying we will see you next week. And stay cool and hydrated out there, motherfuckers.
That's right. And this is your Fluff Master Supreme, Big Johnny D, saying thank you once again, Gorehounds, for joining us for another fantastic episode. Remember, next week we are doing Talk to Me, so watch that shit. Join us, comment, share, all that good stuff. And like Bob said, stay hydrated this week. It's going to be a hot one, so for sure. And last but not least, stay